I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics. We are streaming to you live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, bringing you that Comic-Con life to the comfort of your home with these free, that's right, free celebrity panels, in addition to paid exclusive experiences, including one-on-one private video chats, custom recorded messages, and autographs, including these cast members. Those are always available on sale at wizardworldvirtual.com and will continue to be so throughout the week. So even if you're watching a replay, definitely check out these once-in-a-lifetime experiences with your favorite cast members. Also, don't forget to check out signed memorabilia and works of art from our favorite artists and vendors from previous virtual experiences and physical conventions at wizardworldvault.com. Now, it is my absolute pleasure to bring to the virtual stage the cast of General Hospital. We're going to start it off at the tippy top with Miss Genie Francis. Super couple extraordinaire, Luke and Laura, like the literal most important super couple of all time, the backbone of the city of Port Charles and really daytime TV. Let's hear it for Miss Genie Francis. Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Fantastic. Keeping the train going. Let's hear it for Maurice Benard. You know him as the secret kingpin of all things, allegedly. Sonny Corinthos. Let's hear it for Maurice Benard. Yay! Uh-oh. There he is. And making it a family affair, sitting with him, we have Ken Schreiner, who is one of the coolest guys, Scott Baldwin. Like, Scott, I loved Scotty. Scotty, I mean, as much as I love Luke and Laura, Scotty and Laura was kind of a magical thing for me. So, Ken, absolute pleasure to see you. Next up, we have Jacqueline Zeman coming to the stage. Nurse Bobby Spencer. Ooh, she does a lot of things behind the scenes, makes a lot of things happen. Hello, Jackie. How are you?
Hi, I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Wonderful. Next up, we have Lynn Herring, who plays Lucy Coe or Lucy Cole, Lucy Coe Collins, depends on how you know her. Let's hear it for Lynn. Hello. Next up, we have Kathleen Gotti, the super awesome, somewhat villainous, a little bit notorious, Lysel Albrecht, coming to the stage.
Or
hello,
Liesel Obrecht. Ooh. Dr. Liesel Obrecht.
See, I gotta get my accent together. I gotta get my accent together. Next up, we have Sonia Eddy coming to the stage, who plays the no-nonsense head nurse Epiphany Johnson. Hello. And last but certainly not least, William Lipton, the grandson of Miss Laura Weber Spencer Collins. He plays Cameron Weber. Coming through, has experienced so many different things, has already been kidnapped on the show. What is going on with this? This is nutty. Hello. How is everyone doing?
Great. So good to see everybody. Hi.
Absolutely.
Hi, viewers. Hi, fans. Hi, actors. Hi, everyone. Hi, family.
Hello. Give me just 1 second. There we go. So we can position us correctly on the screen here. Okay, so obviously 2020 has been crazy. How are you guys doing in the midst of all this? Are you guys staying safe, staying sane even? Kathleen, I'm feeling that one. I'm definitely feeling that. Now you guys are back to work already. Is that correct? Oh, how has that been? Has it been a fun time? Are we excited to be back?
Lynn, talk about that. Lynn,
yes, we are thrilled to be back. And, you have to give credit to our producers and our crew and the staff, because the logistics to get the show back up and running under these conditions are hard and amazing and torturous. But these people have been so good. And I think you're going to love all the things we've been doing. You've seen a week of new shows, and there's a bunch of stuff in August that's fantastic. And it works somehow. They're doing it. It's magic.
That is fantastic. Now, obviously, one of the key things that has viewers glued into the soaps has been the love scenes. How are you guys managing that with the post-COVID stuff? Are we just having a very platonic relationship right now?
It's very difficult, but I'm in jail, so the security guards are fine. We do it quietly. We have masks, Did anyone see this Saturday Night Live with Daniel Craig?
Oh my goodness, yes.
It was hysterical, like saran wrap and plastic to kiss. I mean, I was just like, I think that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I think we should do some of that just to be funny. I think that's hysterical. Dr. Obrecht shows up with saran wrap. Here.
That's love. That's absolute love. Has there been any shots of a love scene yet? Are we still smooching?
We can't talk about it.
Oh man, spoilers. Man, I was trying. I was trying to reach and pull something. Okay. All right. Maybe that's what we'll see. A little fade away and kissy sounds. I like this. We actually are already getting in questions from viewers. So I'm going to throw one. Matthew Woods says, to everyone, what's it like working back on set during COVID?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big, heavy question, right?
I think it was a little bit tough for myself.
No,
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
Don't you head.
I think my personal experience with it has been, when I came back, I wanted to like hug everyone I saw, because like it's such a family there, and it was so fantastic to see everyone and catch up with everyone, what's been going on in their lives during quarantine. But it was like I had to fight like my instincts to like just embrace everyone I saw. Right. So that was a little bit sad, but it was still fantastic to see everyone.
Yeah, I exactly like that, Will. When I saw people, especially when I saw Lynn, I wanted to run and grab her, but I was like, I had to skid to a stop.
I understand
that. If they catch us, it's our butt.
Oh man. Anyone else? Has anyone else been able to film yet? Or are you still on a staggered schedule?
Ken?
Scotty Baldwin.
Yeah, I filmed with Lucy Coe. I believe it airs today. So we're already, back in action. And yes, so it's, yes. So any of the viewers that want to see Scotty and Lucy back together again, we on today. We're on.
Looking
I
forward
haven't been
to
on
it.
yet, but I'm going in for the first time on Monday. And so I had to run in this morning. What they're doing for us is you have to get tested the day before you're going to work. So today was my first day back over there. And the testing is in the outside pavilion on the lot. And I thought, I hope the line's not too long. And when I got there was nobody there.
Oh, that's a win.
I got my test. I got my car. I came back home in time to join you all. And so I'm really excited about going in on Monday because it's been a very long time.
Now you guys have a very tight shooting schedule. What's the turnaround time from when a script is produced to when an episode airs?
They're on super speed right now. I'm shocked. I didn't know that they could turn something around that fast. It's roughly about 2 weeks, guys?
No,
Wow.
it's even
Less than that.
Last 1 or 2 weeks now. It's usually 4 weeks. I think 3 to 4 weeks usually.
Yeah,
no,
1 to 2.
almost a week.
More, yeah.
Wow, that is insane.
Editors and the colorist and all the sound mixing has to be done faster than they've ever done it. So they need to get extra money, I think.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen. Let's co-sign that petition right away.
Well, I
We
have
got
a question. Can I ask a question?
always.
To the people that have already worked, I know they have some makeup and hair people there, but are you doing your own makeup and hair mostly?
They actually do your makeup. It's so safe. But they always were. So it's just they've taken it to one more step. Everybody's wearing gloves and masks and
face protector.
The face
Do you actually
protector.
go into the makeup room or do they come to you?
No, you go into the makeup room. It's divided. It's really I was impressed on how safe they made it for everybody. Because I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
That's fair. Nothing wrong with that. You're being safe, not paranoid. We'll call it, just got to reframe that.
Call it a wish to survive, survival instincts. Is that
There we
what
go.
you call it that? Not scared, not paranoid.
Absolutely.
Survival instinct. Let's clarify.
Absolutely. Now, Brandon Nois is from Maine and has asked, number one, says how exciting this is that we can have this opportunity, obviously a positive, despite the pandemic, that people can still engage with you just like this. But specifically wants to know from Lynn, what is your favorite nurses ball memory? We're going to jump right into the nurses ball stuff.
Oh my goodness. Well, you do get to see the nurses ball again in August, and I'm calling it a baby nurses ball because under the conditions, I can't believe we pulled it together, but everybody worked so hard together. So I think you'll enjoy it. But, the first time I had to take off my clothes and it was hard. That's a memory etched in my mind forever. Naked nurses ball 1 was tough.
But you're hot, so who cares? You're gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
You're lucky
It's
people.
It's a That, but also when Stone and Robin actually did Romeo and Juliet, and we brought in the AIDS quilt and the emotions, because at the time everybody knew someone that was suffering with AIDS. And that was probably the most powerful time, I think, for us on television, when we brought reality to theatricality and we shared all those emotions. It was pretty darn special.
For all of you, what has been a favorite Nurses Ball moment that you've experienced?
Well,
I
I can.
two. I have two. My as far as the production numbers, my two favorites were when Bobby and Damien did a tango, because I loved doing the rehearsals and practicing and getting to learn the tango, because I'd never done it in my whole life. And one year I got to do a disco dance with Tony Geary, you know, in the days of disco and hustle and all that. It was like an 80s thing. And that was really fun.
That's brilliant.
I was going to say, when I got to do, we did the Willkommen in 2014, and first it was Sonia and all you guys were just doing this great dance routine, and they're singing, and I broke out, and with 8 amazing dancers, Broadway dancers, they made me look so good. You know, I can pretend it was me, but it was these great dancers. They were hot and young and they're sexy, and they were awesome, and the music was great, the production value, the costume, hair, makeup, it was just a dream. That was just my highlight. Then I came off stage and gave Lucy came a really hard time, and she gave it right back. It was a blast. That was my favorite. I mean, we always have so much fun, but that was definitely, that stays with me for the rest of my life, I think. How about you, Sonia?
I get that question.
Wow. You know, I
You've
have
had
so
many great
I,
ones.
a whole lot of favorite moments. I mean, I'm a disco girl, so when we got to do Doctor's Order, I lost my ever-loving mind. I used to drive my parents nuts. I would put that when they had turntables, y'all. You remember those?
All right now. House party talk.
Okay, all right. So I used to put that on repeat when my mom would make me clean the house on Saturday morning. So and she's like, "Will you turn that thing off?"
Now it plays out in the future where you're like, "Look, I needed it. See, I
had no idea I was in
needed
training.
this."
That, and then as far as production value is concerned, it's a tie between the opening where we did that Busby Berkeley thing. Oh my God, that just watching those dancers, they laid it out. They laid it out. There was nothing left. It was all on the floor. And then Everyday People was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Fellas, what about you guys? Nurses Ball. Favorite moments, things that you saw, things you did?
Well, I think it was pulled off Ryan's hand backstage. His floating hand. It was kind of a moment of comedy. But I don't have any visible talent, so therefore I can't perform or do anything at the Nurses Ball.
I think we all disagree with that, but okay.
Maurice is, you know, he can sing and dance, and he can also write books.
Hey,
he's got a best-selling book reading, and so that's his special gift. He gets up on stage and reads, and then he sings, and then he dances.
No, Sonny has never performed at the Nurses Ball because I always said, Sonny, Fonzie don't dance. And 2 years ago, I sang with Max Gail, who plays my father. We sang a Frank Sinatra song.
Summer Wind, right?
Yeah, Summer Wind.
Yes.
And
I was there. It was excellent.
I can't sing, but I can act like I can sing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And that's mostly all it is, acting like you can do something. That's what we do. Never mind the training, the 10, 20, 30, 40 years. No, it's you act like you know how to do
act like you can do it. That's all that matters. William, what about you? Oh, we got you muted.
I'm muted. Sorry.
There we go.
Now I hope you guys can hear me. I'm still quite new to the show, so I have only lived through one Nurses Ball that has aired. But I was very fortunate to perform an original song for Cameron's performance, which was North Star, and I was super, super happy about that. I will not forget that experience, and it was just so lovely being also just watching all the other performances. And like I remember I was talking to you a lot, Jackie, about your design, and we're talking about what I'd put in my new room. Do you remember that?
I do remember. you have such a flair and such a passion for it. And I was just so impressed because I love that about you.
Thank you. But yeah, and I don't necessarily have a favorite nurse's ball because I'm still a rookie, but yeah.
You're building. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm with that. Since you guys brought it up, Maurice, you have a fantastic book, Nothing General About It. And you are very, very revealing, very personal in your struggles with bipolar disorder. I saw you on The Breakfast Club, which I thought was a brilliant interview as well. To bring this to a sense of reality, as you guys have already mentioned, how important was that to you to showcase this in a honest light on the show?
Oh, on the show, it started like the first 2 years. They asked me if I would be interested, and I said, yeah. And they did a great job at showing my character getting, going to a therapist, getting medication. The storyline is a little bit over the top, but it's got to be that in soap opera. Otherwise, it's just boring, right?
Of course.
But I was so happy that they did that because it's helped a lot of people. And there's 400 million people suffer from mental illness all over the world. So I've been talking about this for over 30 years, and I won't stop.
Thank you for being a champion for that. Absolutely. No,
and actually, Charlemagne the God, he's big time, man.
Oh yeah.
And when I did his interview, I was suffering from major anxiety, like the worst I've ever suffered in my life. And I told him he didn't know how bad it was.
Wow.
But he suffers from anxiety also.
Mm-hmm.
So all those interviews I did, I was dying.
Oh man. But it was wonderful to hear your story. Great to experience from both an outside perspective as well. For anyone that has been suffering, they can see you as a true champion and someone to really look up to. So I appreciate for anyone that's suffering, I'm going to thank you for that. We also have a couple more questions. Jen Taylor has asked for everybody, who is the actor or character that you miss most and wish could be written back in? Yeah, that's a big one. And actually, I'm going to ask Jeannie to start with this one.
Yeah, I thought you might come to me on that.
I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Tony Geary, obviously. That was a coupling and an acting partnership that I have really never experienced again in the same way. Although I have to say, when I get to work with Mr. Maurice Benard, I feel the same thing, which is it's wonderful that there's at least one other person that I have that with. I love working with John Lindstrom. He's terrific, but our connection is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
With Tony, I had this sort of like, we were talking to each other without words, and it was just an amazing thing. And I was never afraid of anything. I tend to get very nervous about stuff, and I felt so safe when I looked into his eyes. I knew that if I just looked at him and listened to him, he would carry me through. Like I said, I feel that with Maurice as well.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's an interesting connection that I have with Jeannie. But it was always there from the beginning. Like I respected her so much, and I was scared though, because I don't know what it was, but that's what made it kind of juicy. Right? I love it. And now it's just grown.
What was that, Kathleen?
I said I miss Ian Buchanan Duke. I mean, we were tied up together in Windermere, and we had so much stuff together, and he was a blast. I'm like you, Jeannie. It's just like, it was safe. We were comfortable. I mean, I've worked with Tony Geary too, and that's where I started with him for 2 days. He was just my first 2 days, and he was amazing. And yeah, just some people you feel just like you're safe with. I mean, there's such a great cast. Everyone, and it's interesting what Jeannie's saying, because every actor, like in life, you have a different chemistry with, a different relationship. So with Sonia, we have a blast. We snarl at each other. Lynn and I, we snarl at each other. William's a kid. Maurice and I snarl. Ken and I had just a little snarling. I basically snarl at everyone, but still there's a lot of, it's like there's different chemistry. So sometimes, and it's magic sometimes when you work with someone, and like Jeannie said, when they're open and you have that back and forth, you can act without words. It's just there. And it gives you an extra level of acting, if you will, or storytelling without words and without, it's just, you have a great partner that you can do anything with. And, you know, we're lucky we have a really good cast, a really strong group of actors.
Really,
Everybody
really.
brings something else. It's really
Yeah.
cool.
For me, I have to say, I'm right there with Jeannie. I miss Tony. My background has a lot of improv in it. And when we did scenes together, we just kind of sometimes threw the book out. And, you know, the director's like, what are y'all doing? But it was funny. So we're going to keep it.
Write that in next time. Come on.
Make them not have to work so hard. I love that.
Guys go and give you a framework. So, you know, that was a lot of fun. And, you know, I mean, as far as people who are already there, I love working with Kathleen. I love working with Lynn. It's like sisters, you know, and especially when we haven't seen each other in a while, the way that our characters, you know, it's always like a homecoming. So that's for me anyway. Yep.
It's magical. It is.
Yeah.
It's magical because it's that chemistry. It's like, and then and magic happens. That's what they call it. I think. Yeah.
Jacqueline?
Wow. Well, Tony Geary became for me like the real life big brother that I never have had. And so I think our connection, I feel a lot the same as you do, Jeannie, that my connection to him in real life is as powerful and as important to me as the connection that we had on screen on GH. When my kids were growing up, you know, he'd come to my house and bring them birthday presents, and we went to Amsterdam to visit him in his house and out on his boat, and you know, so we share a lot of off-camera time together as well. He's been a spark of joy in my life all these years, and I feel that working with him raised the level of soap opera acting for me, because you know, in soaps, they kind of train you, the directors, to, you know, and I've been on a long time, you know, 45 years on soaps, hold still, and, you know, it's all about the shots and it's all about the technical because we have to do it quick and we have to do it fast. And Tony, everything was always in motion. Tony's one of those actors, when you work with him, you know, you're never quite sure when he's going to stop talking. So the same thing, you just have to connect on an energetic level and let it go where it may, and that's very very exciting.
Is this Tony Geary guy we're talking about? Is Luke? I'm not sure who this guy is that everybody's praising.
Yeah, I can understand, Ken, for you to feel a certain kind of way.
I vaguely remember him.
Yeah. There's a little bit of back and forth, you know, a little love affair issue.
I didn't care for him much, but you know, I think a lot of praise. Yeah, okay.
You had reasons. I get this.
You know, I don't know. But...
Lynn, what about you?
Oh, there, you know, like Kathleen said, we have so many amazing actors. I think for me, because I did watch Lila Quartermain and Edward Quartermain, the continuity of the older families, the dignity they brought, and you always were on your P's and Q's acting with them because they had such amazing backgrounds in films and the theater. And then also, I think Lee and Gail Baldwin, that Ken can attest to, they were so classy and charming. And Ken and I had a daughter on the show, and I think I missed that. I like that we continue families. And so the characters I missed are the ones that give you those layers for the audience that when you watched when you were 5, and now they're still there. So you just want to keep those layers of tradition of families. That's what I miss, I think.
That's amazing. Now, this is a telling one. William,
were you a fan of the show before you were on it to know who all has come and gone?
So when I found out that I got the part, I've heard of the show, but I wasn't an avid watcher, and my family wasn't really a part of that kind of history. Like my mom's from Sweden, and so she didn't really know. Like it's different there, you know. But I have thought about this question a lot as everyone was talking. I was like, who would be someone? And I think like a character that I would really like to work with that, you know, I don't think is around on the show anymore is Lucky, who is like Cameron's stepdad, who's the father of Jason. Right. Jason's character who plays Aiden. Yeah, I just feel like he's also gone on to do a lot of really cool stuff in music, and I feel like to work with Jonathan Jacks, I've seen some of the stuff that he's done pop up when I was also doing the research. I'm like, this guy is really awesome, and so that would be my pick. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that kind of dovetails into what fan Taylor Lee wants to know. Obviously, the longevity of this show is supreme. Starting in 1963, what has it been like to be on a show that has such a storied history?
Is this for me?
Anybody, like, I mean, because everybody's coming at different points. But William, you're more than welcome to start.
Yeah, I feel like, I as I mentioned before, I've only been on the show for such a short time, but to kind of at least like put my name on this like huge, like amazing piece of art, it's so much history, and working with all you guys that are on the chat right now, it's always such an honor. And I feel like I really lucked out because it's a great learning opportunity for me to like just take in all the knowledge I can get from all these amazing actors and actresses. And so, yeah, every time I walk in, I'm super, super thankful that I get to work with such an amazing casting crew.
Please don't emulate Ken. Do not follow. Don't.
Oh, no. You're buds.
Please, no.
Aren't we, Ken? I've learned swear words from him.
Yeah, I just want to talk about the...
I tried. I've taken you under my wing in the room, and I've, shown you some tricks and maybe a few bad words.
Now, Victor, just to answer your question, I mean, what is it like to be part of a show that's been on? It's incredible because anywhere you go, any fans we see, we meet, whether it's at events or Trader Joe's, wherever, these people, we've been in their living room. The show's been in their living room since they were, tiny, and they watched with their moms and their grandmas and their aunts and uncles. It's so emotionally moving that these people, it's like I have my favorite shows since I was a kid. I love Lucy and Carol Burnett, and these people that I grew up with, that means so much to me when I see them, or it's like my parents, the things that we watch as kids. So when you see these people, and it means so much that we are part of their lives every day, and we grew up with them, they grew up with us, it's huge. It's like, it's family. It's really like an extended family. So, we do fan events. People are like, do you like doing them? It's like, are you kidding? We get to meet the people that, they know us back and forth. They know our history and the show's history and all these people for decades. It's so, to me, it's so moving. It makes all the hard work worth it because we work like animals. It's definitely the hardest career, and as an actor, this is the hardest, I think, acting job there is. So much material, such a short time. You hit your marks, 4 cameras, 1 take, boom. So it's a big deal. It's hard. And then you get this, you meet these people and they're like, oh my God, I've known, your great grandmother on the show. And it's just moving. It's incredible. So that's my take. I'll be quiet now.
May I say something?
No, I'm talking Dr. Oprah.
I agree with everything you said. I think I'm the one who's been on the show here than anybody else. And I remember I was at the 14th anniversary of this show, and I was 14 years old at the time. And I think the part that's really kind of interesting, other than when I go back there, it's totally home for me. And I feel so safe. It's like sitting on your own couch at home. It's just, it's very easy. And I find that, I remember all the phases of my life by being in the building. I feel like a lot of the things that I've done in my life, I sort of rehearsed first on General Hospital. The main one being having a baby by cesarean, which I acted literally 2 weeks before I went and did it, which kind of made it easier for me. But I guess watching the show from when I came on at 14 and the show was going to be canceled, and the producer was fired, and we were doing a 45-minute segment because there was that news update at 2:45, and we had 2 full flats that were our sets, and we were arranged in a circle, and the cameras rotated in the middle, and literally I'd have to leave a set and run around the back to the other side of the stage and come in the other set. And it was live. We did it. I mean, I cut my teeth on live television. So although it's hard now, it's not hard.
All relative.
That was hard.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing.
It was
Lynn?
like that for me
Yeah,
too.
yes.
When I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Jackie.
When I started, I was actually on One Life to Live, and I was on that for like 2.5 years, I think, before I came to GH. And we were live on tape. It was in New York, and we had to give our cameras to the news. So we shot the show, in an hour, and we did our wardrobe changes on a commercial break. So if it was a 2-minute commercial break, they always change the top half of your wardrobe first, because if you didn't have time to change the bottom half, they shot you tight. And there was no do-overs, and there was no, if somebody forgot their lines, you had to make it up. And the stage manager would literally stand in front of the set between the cameras, and the scenes had to end exactly on time. So if they went like this, that meant speed up your last few lines, we're going to go out. And if they go like this, that meant stretch. You got another minute to fill, because we're not going off the air yet. So that's like you, Jeannie, that's how I learned. So for me, coming to GH, by the time I got on, we were in, I think on GH, we were in 2:45 minutes. Yeah, we were filling like that hour and a half. And it was a joy, because we actually got to shoot it, but I don't think it was live on tape at that time. Was it? I don't think it was. I came on like after you.
With Gloria, as I recall, Jackie, and she picked you, right? Gloria cast you?
Yeah, Gloria, but she actually wasn't working there. Douglas Marlin created my character, and Gloria picked me, but I actually came on the show like 2 weeks before she did, but I think she was the one that approved me.
Yeah, I'm sure she picked.
Gloria and Fred Silverman and Doug Marlin approved me. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, at that point, I'm sorry, what were you asking me? What was the question?
Well, the same, like at
Was
that
it still
point,
live at that time?
That's a live. I don't remember.
No, that's
being
when
live
she came
on
on.
tape, yeah.
She came on, and we went to an hour. She brought us to an hour. She threw out 2 weeks of shows into the trash, and she said, when this show goes to an hour, it's a brand new show. And you came on at that time. She brought in New York actors. You were one of them. Yeah, it was a very exciting time.
It really was. It was fun.
I remember having to underdress my clothes. I forgot about changing clothes on the commercial breaks. Used to underdress them and rip them off as you were running. Yes, that was scary.
That is amazing. It's amazing that there weren't more, wardrobe malfunctions back then. Thank goodness for that. Lynn, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Just quickly, that Ken Schreiner thinks he's younger than I am, but I watched him in high school, and he was my favorite guy. And I remember telling my sister, that guy's so cute. And my first scene with him, I thought, oh my gosh. And I did do the whole fan thing inside. He'll never know it, of course, because his head, so big. But now he understands how much older he is than I am, because I was his super fan way back.
Well, I do remember, but mostly I was just thinking I was underpaid.
Oh my goodness.
That's all I was
remembering. Sonia?
Well, unlike all of these people, I feel like I am living the ultimate fan fantasy, because I grew up watching GH. Watching Jackie be a nurse made me want to go into nursing. So when I was, I remember being in junior high and watching her storyline, and she was doing things that I wanted to be doing. And so watching her character kind of formed me a little bit. Of course, when I got into college and actually started to do a little nursing, I was like, this is not for me. Because y'all didn't have the blood and all that stuff. And it's like, oh, these are real people. This is not a set. But it was, my first scene was with Jane. And then my second scene was with Rick. And I lost my ever-loving mind. I had to walk set and scream at the top of my lungs. I know they heard me because I was on set, but just walked away. I said, I'll be right back. And I said, oh my God. And then I came back, and Jane's looking at me. I said, it's okay. It's all right.
He's like, I'm ready now. I'm ready. That's amazing. Maurice, what about you?
Well, when I was a kid, I never watched, I didn't watch much TV, but except for like Beretta and stuff like that. But I did watch 2 soaps when I was sick for 2 weeks one day, and that was General Hospital and All My Children. Luke and Laura and Tad. I love Tad. And the irony is I ended up doing both shows, the only 2 soaps I've done. So
amazing.
And it was scary coming into GH because of that history. You know, I was just nervous, man. I mean, I'm always nervous, but anyway.
But you've done such a great job with it, though. So nervousness be gone, because you're an absolute icon. We've got a couple more questions I don't want to get through before we run out of time. C. Fluette asks, is there any topic you wish General Hospital would write about? If you have one just off the top of your head, throw one out.
Any topic?
Topic.
Not COVID. Not
Topic.
COVID.
Not COVID. Don't write about too soon. Too soon. Okay. Respect that. I mean, there's yeah, I was gonna say there's so few things that they haven't really touched in some capacity.
Soap operas are amazing at writing important topics,
right?
And illnesses and things, and because in a soap opera you can do it at real time. Like when I did the AIDS storyline, it started one day and ended a year later. And you can do it in real time. It was amazing. And he ended up dying at the end. You can do that in soap. So
right.
I can't think of anything. Can you?
No.
How about we bring in a superhero? You know, a vigilante. Ken could do it. He's Green Arrow.
I'll be your sidekick, Ken.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I did. I was the voice of the Green Arrow.
That's right.
From the Justice League Unlimited. So I do have but the Green Arrow had no superpowers. He was just very quick with the arrows.
I mean, that is a superpower.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could do it.
Speedy.
There you go. See, there, boom. This is the greatest crossover of all time. I'm here for all of this.
Yeah,
I have a cape.
I love it.
Count? I have a cape, a nice big cape.
See, let's make that happen. Legit Boss Jax asks, for everyone, what's one storyline that your character hasn't done yet that you would like to see happen for your character specifically? I think Ken's gonna be like, superhero. I just said it.
Yes. Well, I do wear a superhero costume under the Scotty Baldwin costume anyway, so I'm at all times ready.
These are the things that we needed to know right there. We needed to know that.
So yeah, I don't. Who else has stories they'd like to play? Maurice, what would you like to play? Would you like to play?
You've
done it all, right?
Yeah, I don't want nothing. Not related.
I'm still waiting for Cameron to join Sonny's alleged mob.
That's a little long form family business right there. Alleged, because we can't.
Alleged.
We can't prove anything.
I'm
can't prove anything.
Well, I was the crusading district attorney, and I've tried to put Sonny Corinthos away many times. He's a very slippery character, no matter how close you think you have him.
I love it.
You're under arrest, Sonny Corinthos. You're free to go. That's pretty much as far as I ever got with him. Right?
Yeah.
But I
Jacqueline?
now.
Jacqueline, what about you?
At different times, different ideas have come to mind. It used to be on General Hospital that they were open to hearing ideas. And there were times when writers and actors would talk about ideas for storyline, and you could pitch a storyline and all that. It's not that way anymore. Writers don't talk to actors, and if you're not contract, they don't meet with actors. So it's not something I think that most of us even think about. I think the writers just a lot of it's controlled by network now. Some of it's budget, some of it's money, some of it's there's all different things that come into the storyline, as opposed to years ago when a head writer would come in and write a story 6 months to a year ahead, and it would play out. And it was all character driven. Now it's more plot driven and money driven and guarantee driven. So that it moves along a little different. I'm not saying one is better than the other. It's just a different way nowadays of telling story.
Said, very well said. Yes, Kathleen?
I'd like to play a bad guy.
Okay.
Obrecht's such a good. No, I'm kidding. No,
yeah, I was gonna say
that was a joke. Haha, they're always bad guys.
I mean,
I know, but no, I'd like to have like a nice love story with somebody really appropriate for Dr. Liesl Obrecht. That would be
okay.
nice.
Okay.
How about you, Jeannie? What's your thing?
Thing I would like to do. I would like to finish the where the direction they were taking it. Laura was always the one who was tied to the railroad tracks, and I really love the female empowerment story that they started to create with her having an adult job. And we were just going to the her standing up to the mobster. You know, not my buddy here, Maurice, but you know the new Barry guy. God, I forgot the character's name. It's not coming to my head, but that I thought it would be great for her to face off that original monster that started her on the run. I loved that bookend a lot.
But that dovetails into the thing about girl power, because I love when all of us get to work together, women, and usually it's, you know, couples fighting crime or the dynamic duos, but I would love to have women being the crime fighters together, which could be the superhero story.
There we
But
go.
something about the female dynamic, I used to have it with Christina Wagner sometimes, and with Jackie sometimes when we were fighting or then trying to do good. But Jeannie and I have had that too, where we team up together instead of being adversaries. We're actually kicking the guy's butt instead.
I love
like
it.
that, Lynn. Let's make that happen.
He's going, no, ain't gonna happen, Lynn.
He's kicking my
Oh
butt.
no, we get enough Twitter, you know, hashtags after that. We can make that happen. Sonia, what about you?
Wow, I'm just sitting here thinking there's so many. Strangely enough, okay, so I would like to have actually had my romance shown on screen. That would have been really cool. I love the dynamic of an older woman with a younger man. A woman with a man that you didn't expect her to be able to catch. I mean, that was I remember when they put us together, there was a lot of disbelief in the social network world.
Come on now.
And I kind of got a little irritated with it because I didn't want to attack anybody. I said, well, let me sit down and think about it first. And I went back over my dating history, and quite frankly, I like pretty men, and that's always been, that's always
with that.
dated. So it wasn't
wrong
weird.
with that. That's
Yeah,
right.
you know, so it's like, you know, I was offended for my own personal experience. So, you know, that was something. And I love the fact that you have a plus size woman, you know, dating someone that they shouldn't be with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a whole lot of that going on. I love the interracial thing going on. That was, you know, you see it, but kind of, sort of, not really. You don't really hang on it very long. And then the second thing I would love to do is, you know, to see two people who are always at odds with each other, me and Liesl, actually going to, you know, getting together to have to do something to save the hospital. That would be
amazing.
That'd be pretty cool, because us clashing over the best way to do it.
I love it. I absolutely
you know,
love
and
it.
then having Lucy come in and saying, okay, you know what, I've done this before, so here we go.
That'd be awesome. I love the empowering position that you all have taken. But the bottom line is we want more General Hospital. That is the truth.
Yes.
As we're getting ready to roll out of here, I just want to give a shout out to all the people that are watching from France, the UK, Canada, Pennsylvania, Oregon, Indiana, Michigan, Maryland, Illinois, Georgia, New York, Nebraska, North Carolina, Massachusetts, Kentucky, West Virginia, New Hampshire, Virginia, and Texas. Okay.
All right.
We're pulling it in. What is one final thing that you guys want to say to the fans that are watching? William, we'll start with you as we roll out of here. What's one final thing that you want to say to everybody on our way out?
Yeah, final thing that I'd like to say is that thank you so much for tuning in. We love the support, and we can't wait for you guys to see what we've been working on.
Brilliant. I'm just going to go in the order of what's on my screen. So Sonia.
Oh, wow. One last thing. Thank you so much for the support, you guys, because we work really hard to bring you what you have come to enjoy over the last 400 years.
Well said. Jacqueline.
Again, a heartfelt huge thank you to those of you who are watching now and those of you who have been watching all these years, because honestly, if it weren't for you and you didn't have the love and the allegiance and giving us the support, we wouldn't be on the air. As you can see, most of the soap operas aren't anymore. So thank you for that, because I love the show. I love this business, and actually the friends and family and our viewers have become like family after all of these years. A lot of you we all know personally, and it's a joy. So thank you so much.
Lynn?
Oh, I echo everything that's been said, but also stay safe out there. You know, when we're doing the show, we do think of how you guys are going to be impacted by what we do. And so we think of you often. And right now it's really important. Just be together and stay safe. And I can't wait for you to see what's coming. It's good.
Yay. Kathleen?
I just wanted to say the same thing. Thank you everyone for the support, the love, for watching all these years, and also just stay safe and well, and hopefully we'll be all past this soon and we'll be all happy and together. We can hug and kiss you, because I'm with you, Will. I just, see fans. I want to see you in the store anywhere. It's like, I want to hug and kiss. It's like, no, luckily we have the mask. Nobody can see. They don't know who's who. But when we can, one day we'll be back and we can all hug and kiss again. I look forward to that.
Of course.
Take care.
Ken, Maurice?
Well, even though Sonny's my arch enemy, Maurice is a very good friend of mine, and he's got a new station, a YouTube station. He invited me to be on it as one of his guests. Of course, I turned him down. However, I just want to say that you have this station now that you can talk to people, right? The YouTube, what's that?
No, it's just State of Mind on YouTube.
State of Mind, there you go.
All right. You going to say something about the fans?
Oh, of course, I started there, and the fans, of course, they're so loyal. I've been there. I've been there for quite a while.
How long?
Quite a few years. I think I just hit 43.
43?
43, August 2nd, 1977. I don't know why I remember it, but
it was monumental.
All right, that's nice.
Okay, thank you. But we'll talk about that on your YouTube station.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I just want to say, like I always say, and it's I say it so much, but it's the truth. There are no better loyal fans than General Hospital fans. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And you guys have, what were we, the ratings when we came back were like 100% more than they were. It's amazing. You guys, I love you guys. And thank you for tuning in today. It's been great. Silence. What happened? Did I say something wrong?
No. It was heartfelt. Jeannie, do you have something you want to share?
Sure. I mean, you could hear the outpouring of love and gratitude from all of us. I, of course, feel the same way. And like Jackie said, most of these shows are off the air now. We're lucky to still be there. I would be so sad if the medium were to just go away. So I would ask of my fans, how about asking some friends? How about sharing it with your kids, so that we can pass this on to another generation? That would be a wonderful thing, because, the continuing story is huge right now. If you look at the biggest hits, they're all continuing story. We started that. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Yeah. And beyond that, the only other thing I can say is vote, please. Never been more important. So to that whole apathetic part of our country, you got to drop that this time. Get out and vote.
Absolute heroes. This has been such a pleasure. I just want to do a reminder to the fans. Don't forget to sign up for the paid experiences through Wizard World Virtual. Whether you're watching live now or later on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, you can get those paid exclusive experiences like one-on-one private video chats, autographs, and custom video messages at wizardworldvirtual.com. Once again, the cast of General Hospital, thank you guys so very much for your time, your energy. Jeannie, Ken, Maurice, Jacqueline, Lynn, Kathleen, Sonia, William, thank you guys so very much. You were an absolute pleasure. I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics, signing out, saying thank you to the fans watching and Wizard World for bringing us all together. You guys have a great one.
Thank
you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Take care.